Welcome back to Lucky 441 podcast. I'm back with James, and we're discussing different things. We had a topic this morning when we got in. We were having breakfast, and we did the training with the sales associates, and we talked about the evolution of the auto industry. Right? That was a good meeting.
It was a great meeting. It escalated because it was fun
yes,
to talk about. Actually,
exactly.
Yeah.
We're very passionate about the topic because we lived. Me and James, we kind of have a similar background. I mean, we started this industry out of college. We lived through it, and it's been quite the experience. And we shared it with the associates today, and it was fun. So we talked about the evolution. You know, how we were selling cars and how we saw many dealers be very successful, and they fail, and they don't adapt to the evolution, right?
Yeah, they from the highs to the lows, but really when you started just focusing on the different experiences of the highs and the lows, and
exactly, yeah,
kind of zoning in on what was working.
100%. And you know, and I'll tell you, I watched many business models in the auto industry, many dealerships, different brands, through the recession of 2007 and COVID, right? That was a big one, right?
That was a crazy one.
So I'll tell you what worked. What worked is the dealerships that focus on one thing. The dealerships that, through the evolution of the industry, through the evolution of the smartphones, the internet, the artificial intelligence, AI, the ones that focused on the customer experience.
Customer experience all the way.
100%.
From start to finish.
From start to finish. So there's dealerships that have this culture about making the whole business model about the customer's experience and making sure it's all about the customer. And they don't take shortcuts. They teach the process from A to Z to their sales associates, service advisors, technicians, parts counter guys, everybody. And that's what makes these dealerships successful and recession proof, whether the interest rates are high, low, inventory high or low. They stay successful. They don't change ownerships. They don't change managements. They just stay successful. So that's what we want to discuss, that evolution.
Yeah, and it's having the team that's all on the same page. You know, the team from the person when you first walk into the door, or the person that first talks to you if you're inquiring over the internet trying to get a little information. It's building the story with the customer. You're trying to give that experience with the customer from start to when they're driving off in their new car, and well, they're happy.
Exactly. It's making that customer happy, giving them that best experience. So the evolution happened with the customer getting more knowledge. And the more the dealerships resisted that and fought it, they failed. They were fighting metrics. Okay, closing ratio, how much are we making per unit? What are we doing? The more they fought it, the more they failed, and they forgot that it's about the customer's experience. The customer got the knowledge. The moment the customer start walking around with a smartphone, and they could have any information on their own, they don't need anybody to teach them how a combustion engine works, how a hybrid engine works. They could really get on YouTube and watch a video on electric cars and how they even built. Everything changed, right?
Yeah, and it changed fast. It was more like overnight, right? So it was customers that didn't really know anything, and you're having to teach them everything about the car, to where they have some knowledge. They know, but they also know what kind of experience they
want. Exactly. And these customers now, they come into our world, to our dealership, whether through internet, they call or they show up, and some of them have more knowledge than our sales associates, because they can spend a couple hours reading up on everything they need to know about the cars, the deal. As a matter of fact, I've seen it where some customers are able to know to the penny their financing fees and everything. And as dealers, with that evolution, we needed to adapt quick and accept it to stay in business and to be successful. and turn it from making this about knowledge and numbers to customer experience. I think that's what differentiates a successful business model to a failing business model in our industry.
Yeah, it's planting a tree, because when you give that customer experience with whatever customer it is, and they have everything that they know more than what we do about a car or about the financing, or they know everything that they want. You give them that experience, well, they're going to tell their friends and they're going to tell their family, and that's how you start cultivating that culture of, more customers, but even more car sales.
That's
you
right.
may not be all about the buck, but you get the more customers, the more exposure you get, and
the money takes care of itself. You make it about the customer experience, and then the money will take care of itself. It's not just always about the money. Look, the customers are tired of this stigma about dealerships. They already know. There's a stigma about dealerships that there's going to be hidden fees, that the finance office has this guy with a suit and tie who's going to try and talk you into financing that you don't want. They already have that expectation, and they have that fear. Their guards up from that. They don't want to experience that. They don't want to walk into a dealership and they're told, no, you cannot buy that color combination, and if you want those options, you have to wait 4 months. And no, they want to know that they're going to be able to buy what they want. They want to have a conversation about it, and they don't want to be, I'm going to say it, they don't want to be lied to. They want to be told the truth. They want to be told the right information, because you know what they do, right? My family does it. My daughter did it. And I know we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Because I sit next to him. He was designing his next truck he's buying. And you know what we do? We're consumers too. We take our phone, we go on the manufacturer's website, we build exactly the vehicle we want with the options we want, the rims, the exterior, interior, and we say, okay, well, that's what I want. But the experience that a lot of people get when they go to the wrong dealership is, hey, you can't get what you want, but you can buy the one I have. And the customers don't want that experience. They want to have that conversation about it.
They want to be heard, and they want to be understood.
Exactly.
They want to be treated like a person, and if you treat somebody like a person and not just a number,
that's right.
It's a completely different experience.
That's where our role as leaders in the dealership, me and James, we do one thing every morning, is we train our associates on one thing, the customer experience. We tell them it's not just about selling a car. It's not just about servicing a car. It's not just about a car deal. It's not just about taking a customer or market share or any of those big words and a metric or a percentage. No, it's about, let's teach our guys to do the right thing for the customers. And we teach them that process, how to do the right thing. And guess what? We're enjoying a good success with this team. And our team is happy doing the right thing. Aren't they, right?
Yeah. Applause. You get an applause at the end of the meeting. Everyone's excited.
Exactly.
They understand. And it's not just them leaving and going and trying to find a corner. They're trying to find a customer to be happy with.
Exactly.
Our guys are happy. Our salesmen, sales ladies, everyone's happy.
My favorite thing is when I get out there and I'll tell my associates, guys, we're not in the business of taking advantage of the customer. We're not. We're in the people business. We're about to give the customer the right experience. So please do the right thing with these customers. Don't worry about the money. The money takes care of itself. And the customers, when they feel you are being genuine with them, that you're giving them the right information, the time they need to make a decision, they're going to become your customers. They're not going to want to go buy a car somewhere else over $200-300. They're going to want to do business with you.
Yeah, it's the experience of being happy, treating everybody the right way, just like you'd want to be treated. And everyone's heard that, always growing up, treat people the way you want to be treated, and everything will work out.
I remember my first experience buying a car, and I was in college. It was very intimidating. I'll be very honest with you. I had no experience buying a car, and I did not know I was going to be working at a dealership. So my car broke down. I went to the dealership. They said, you know what, it's not worth fixing. Here am I in front of this guy. I will never forget. He was very intimidating. Had the gold watch, I mean, he had the suit on, and then he's just telling me what needs to be done, and I just gotta go through his step 1, 2, 3, 4, and I almost felt like I didn't have a choice. I didn't pick the color. I didn't pick anything. All I know, I mean, I picked the brand, but that's about it. I was told, no, this model is a better deal. That's the color I have in stock. If you buy in stock, it's a better deal. That's the bank we're going to use. I mean, nowadays, what is happening now, right? In our finance office, we give the customer all options. They're financing with their own banks now, right?
Yeah, let me ask you to kind of go back to what you just said. Did you ever buy a car again from wherever you were at?
No, I never went back
The
there.
experience.
Yeah.
And people know if they don't have a good experience, they're not going to go back.
Yeah.
And you want to create the atmosphere, and I feel like we have. If you give somebody a good experience, they're going to come back.
Yeah. So that's the evolution of the auto industry, and I want to talk about it because I want people and other dealers to start embracing it and make it about the customer experience and less about this old way of selling cars, this dinosaur way of listen, we got to hit our quota, we got to hit our numbers, we got to push it's almost like shoving car deals down customers' throat just to sell them a car. That's not really the right thing. And I'll tell you, our associates, they appreciate the way we do business. They like it. They're happier feeling they're doing it the right thing by the customers. They're selling cars to their families. They're buying cars. It's more fun, right?
Yeah. We had a young kid yesterday. He just started with us, and he had an unfortunate incident with his car.
That's right.
And he was able to get into a new car, and he's over the moon of it. And it wasn't just, he felt comfortable. He's been here for a few weeks, and, well, he's a TikToker.
He's a TikToker. That was Alex.
He's a TikToker.
And you know what the best part? So we secured financing for him and everything. And as he's walking out of the finance office, he's like, I cannot believe it. Like, my loan is in my app already. I'm so excited. So that's part of us providing everybody with the finance options they want. We're not forcing anybody to do, things the old way. It's the new evolution.
It's exciting to talk about.
Right? Yeah? That was fun. It was a good meeting. Well, I think this wraps up our second podcast for Lucky 441.
Yeah,
podcast.
your lucky number.
Lucky number. All right. Thanks for joining us. Till next time. Thanks, James.
We'll see y'all.
All right.